Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show. Tune in for a vibrant mix of fashion, finance, and life's essential foundations. Join us for expert interviews, insightful discussions, and empowering insights to elevate your lifestyle. From fashion trends to financial tips and personal growth strategies, we've got you covered. So grab your headphones and get ready to be inspired. Tune in now to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show and embark on this exciting journey with us.
Welcome back to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I'm your host, Antonette Waite. And today, our guest is Steve Matley, who is one of our presenters at the Fire Up Live event. Steve, welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show.
Hi, Marie. How are you doing?
Good. So I'm really excited that you are going to be part of the Fire Up Live, and you're going to be doing a couple of things at that event, right? One is you're doing the Mastermind, and the other one is you're also speaking on the 25th. So can you share a little bit more about the Mastermind?
Well, I've done that the last couple of years. The Mastermind, we typically focused strictly on real estate, but this year it's kind of open to not just real estate. Some people want to talk about that, but general business as well. As you know, I'm not just in the real estate business. It's not just investing and projects I do. I do a lot with helping people run their businesses. One thing I like to do in the real estate world is help people not be an investor, not be a realtor, but be a business, be a real estate investing business. And I have worked with people in other industries as well. So this is why it opened to anybody that's running a business, wants to talk about it. This is a true mastermind. There are the masterminds where someone stands up and it's really more of a seminar or a sales pitch or something. I'm not selling anything. There's the masterminds where there's kind of an agenda set up. For this, it's a true mastermind where it's a group of people to sit down and it's kind of an open forum and people get to ask the questions and talk to the other people and get ideas. And it's not me being a guru or a mentor. It's me facilitating a discussion among professionals that may have resources, ideas, and solutions for other people that are dealing with issues or have questions about their business.
Okay. Well, I know that there's so many people that are doing Mastermind. What are the in terms of the effectiveness joining a mastermind? I mean, how would you consider your mastermind different from everyone else?
Well, it's similar to some of them, different than others. The term mastermind, unfortunately, has been kind of shanghaied and used by people who don't do masterminds. You and I both were in a mastermind where it was basically a room full of people and a guru lecturing everybody. That's not a mastermind. That's basically a seminar. They use that term. And a true mastermind is, and there's two. There's the single mastermind and there's the mastermind group that meets over time. I do both. This is a single one-time mastermind. And this is where people get together. And as I said, it's not an agenda. It's not a lecture. It's not advice, consulting, mentoring by one person. It's not the guru telling you all the answers. It is a group of people from different types of businesses, from different experiences that are all professionals, maybe at different levels. Some maybe just starting out, some may be very seasoned, everybody in between. And they discuss issues that the group put on the table. So someone will ask a question, there may be a prompt, there may be somebody is dealing with an issue, somebody needs a resource, they don't know where to find it. And they throw it out to the group and there's a discussion on what does this mean? How can we help this person? What are some solutions to this? What are the potential trade-offs of different options? And it's a group discussion. And so my job is to facilitate, just to make sure that the discussion is orderly, everybody gets a chance to talk, and that we focus on the issues that are important to the entire group. Obviously, with a limited time, depending on people are there, not everybody gets to throw their issue up, but they'll learn from everybody else. And again, that's why I kind of opened it up this year, not just to real estate, but to any business, because I found that people doing all kinds of businesses are dealing with the exact same things that people in real estate investing businesses. And of course, I have a background not just in real estate investing, but in construction management. I've done restaurant and retail in the past. I've done education management. So a lot of different things in my past that I've worked with. And whoever shows up, the people around the table have sometimes better and more answers than I do. I can only know what I know. And that's the great thing of a group discussion. Somebody says something, it triggers someone else, it prompts them, and they say something, and that brings someone else. Oh, I remember, or I know someone that can help you with that. Maybe it's just a referral to a resource. But that's what the discussion is going to be about. And it's really about, let's help solve problems. Let's move you to the next level. A lot of times we don't know who to ask. We can't find the right book or video to tell us anything. We don't know who to ask, but that in that environment is supposed to be a safe environment. And then there's the masterminds that are ongoing. The group will get together and they decide to continually meet weekly, monthly, whatever. And I've done those too, usually on a monthly basis. Deep dive, and the group takes time to gel, get to know each other. And that's where the real progress happens. When you
Okay.
get into those kind of groups.
So would you say that the power of mastermind relies on the experience of the people in the group? Because if you know if you have a lot of group if you have a lot of people that are very inexperienced, you don't think that that's going to be, I mean, an effective group? I mean, you have to have
Well,
some experienced leaders there
the
in there.
chances of getting a group together that are all highly inexperienced is more likely, say, on a college campus. You've got people working out there. Let's say they're just starting their business. They've probably done something else in their life before that, right? We're talking about working professionals. And even if they've started in a new industry or launched a new business, well, they didn't launch a business unless they felt they knew enough about that trade, that discipline, to be able to do it on their own. So they come with experience. They probably worked for someone else before and they've learned a lot of things there. They know other people. They've been in other groups. They have their own networks. So I rarely find anybody over the age of about 25 to 30 that has zero experience. They have some kind of experience. And you never know where the answer is coming from. Sometimes the least likely person around the table is the person that has the brilliant insight. And so that discussion brings that out. And that's why, the whole idea of let's let the seasoned guru answer all the questions, that doesn't always work. I think, the answers come from a variety of people. And so generally, to kind of get to your point, I just find it much more probable that there'll be a spectrum of levels of experience and a spectrum of disciplines and industries represented based on who you usually have come to your events. And I think that'll be a very robust discussion. And you'll find out that the solutions that work in this industry are applicable to other industries when it comes to running a business, marketing your business, taking care of the finances in your business, strategizing your business, finding the resources for your business, attorneys and accountants and business services.
So is there a specific format or a structure, at least, when you run a mastermind?
It depends. If it's the kind of mastermind that's an ongoing group that meets regularly, there's a very rigid structure. When it's a one-time deal, and I've done several of them, as you know, I used to do what we call dinner for eight, where
Yes.
we'd book a room, and then the first 8 people to RSVP would sit in a private dining room and serve like a 4 or 5 course meal. And during the meal and in between courses, they were going around the table and each throwing something on the table, very structured, but very, very profitable. And others, like this one's not going to be that. It's going to be more in a conference room, hotel meeting room type area at Ventana, I believe. So they've got meeting rooms up there. So it'll be more of a boardroom table kind of a setup. And it'll be going around the table. And my job is to facilitate and say, okay, let's throw some issues out there we want to discuss. And then the group will decide which topic do we want to tackle first. And we'll do that, and we'll go around the table and talk. I'll give a certain time frame to it, and then that'll be the end of the discussion. We'll go to the next topic down the list and say, okay, what are we talking about next? We agree on that. We move to that topic. And generally what that means is there'll be topics that we get to that will be most applicable and beneficial to the majority of people around the table, instead of taking up the time talking about something that only affects one person.
Okay. And I know that you're also speaking on the 25th. What would be the topic for your speaking on that day?
Well, I don't know, because it's different than most of the other events we've done. Most of the other events, I've come in as a speaker with a specific topic in mind, whether that's syndications or making money with land or building your business or strategizing your business, whatever it is. This one's a little different because Glenn is conducting speaker training. He's doing his program. And so for those that are kind of participating in what he's doing, kind of improve their communications, it's a quick sort of what I call Toastmaster talks. If anybody knows Toastmasters, kind of the 5 to 10 minute talk.
Yes.
And I haven't really narrowed down what it's going to be yet. There's 1,000 things I could talk about. Usually when I'm talking, it's strictly about my business, what I'm doing, or trying to help somebody, help people learn things. But it's always tied very much to what I do. This doesn't have to be. Maybe something more generally applicable, because then this is not a real estate conference. This is more general business. So I may be talking about something more general business. And as you know, there's 1,000 different things I can pull out of my back pocket and talk about.
Yeah.
So I haven't really narrowed that down yet. And I think maybe to some degree I could take the temperature of the room and see what do I want to do. As you know, I have a system where I can write an entire talk in less than 5 minutes if I'm given 5 minutes to do that before a speech.
You're pretty good you're pretty good at being creative on when it comes to topics. So
I could even talk about that if I wanted to, how to put together the 5-minute talk.
Exactly.
You could do that. I've done that before. I have presented that to people before. There's a forum I use.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a commercial break and we have one more segment with you. So for everyone that's out there, don't go away.
We'll be right back. Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, where we talk about food, fashion, finance, and foundations of life. We are live on KCAA Radio Broadcasting Network. KCAA is affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. We are sponsored by Sheltered Studios, Fire Connect, and Building Solid Foundation.